In today's news, Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller just dropped a massive bombshell on CNBC, effectively emphasizing the possibility of the next leg of the bull run, and more importantly, an altcoin cycle is going to start next month in July, which is of course big news because we are about to witness all the money from Wall Street come flooding into this market. And if you watched the last video on my channel, you would have seen proof of this institutional capital, the Fed themselves no less, will be coming to XRP next month with the implementation of ISO 20022 on July 14th. And we have further proof that the Fed are coming to XRP in this video, and so much more to cover. So as always, if you don't want to miss out on the incoming opportunity, there's coming much more here in the VIP group, wop.com/coinfactory. From alpha institutional research documents, learn what smart money are saying to their clients, allowing us to get ahead of the retail market. Educational courses, trade alerts, so much more. Check it all out. 7 days free trial, link down below in the description, and I hope to see you there. Now to start off with, listen to this interview with Christopher Waller where he highlights his optimism that we'll be seeing the next leg of this bull run take place next month, as we are now in a great spot for cutting interest rates.
Do you think you could cut rates as early as July?
Well, I think that would be my view, whether the committee would go along with it or not. But I think we are in the position that the data's good. GDP growth is going to be near target, our long-run target in the first half of this year. Unemployment's at our long-run target. Inflation's running very close to target. Yet we're 125 to 150 basis points above where the median long-run neutral policy rate is. So I think we've got room to bring it down, and then we can kind of see what happens with inflation. If it got really bad and people got very nervous, you could just pause. But I think we're in a good spot right now for talking about bringing the rate down.
Now, make no mistake, we don't actually need rate cuts. Believe it or not, we really don't. The M2 money supply already projects Bitcoin reaching above 150k easily this year, and better still also, in Trump's first term back in 2017, we actually didn't see any interest rate cuts at all, yet it was still one of the most successful bull cycles in history. So we don't need them at all. But in saying that, of course, I would not say no to rate cuts. I'm sure nobody would. The benefits they provide, especially for on-risk markets and for on-risk assets, is huge. And typically, of course, they'll help better for the altcoins pumping as well, because altcoins have a higher risk than Bitcoin does. That's why altcoins are a lot more volatile. So with the cutting of interest rates, altcoins therefore like XRP will likely pump and outperform Bitcoin during this time. Of course, the smaller and more volatile assets than XRP will pump even more so, but the reason why I believe still that XRP is going to be one of the biggest gainers, should, again, Governor Waller's prediction comes true, is because of what I covered in my last video about the FedWire ISO 20022 test and then the full implementation happening on July 14th. Of course, XRP is ISO 20022 compliant, which means the Fed will be completely interoperable with XRP soon, but it goes deeper than that. The Government Blockchain Association published a study 4 years ago, mentioning Ripple XRP as a DLT company, but it's still a DLT company that can support the Fed now, which is huge news. And as we can listen to and understand in this interview, in this video here, FedNow and FedWire are basically the same thing. FedNow will be much more akin to FedWire. Take a listen.
But what would be the advantage of the Cigna over FedNow if FedNow does 24/7?
I think there's going to be I think that there will be, I don't think FedNow will probably be used for sort of individual, my sense is it's not going to be used in the same way for mass individual transactions. It'll be much more akin to FedWire from everything I can see.
The icing on the cake is in this document here from ECS Fin, which highlights the gateway and standards for payments being FedWire, SEPA, CHIPS, Ripple, Blockchain, ISO 20022. So basically, Ripple is positioned for FedWire interoperability because of this partnership with ECS Fin. The Fed is about to go all in on XRP, and thanks to these developments and the passing of the stablecoin bill in the Senate just a few weeks back, or a week back even, the Wall Street money, all of it, is about to come flooding into the crypto market. XRP being one of the leading digital assets, we'll see the majority of this institutional inflow. Take a listen.
And you have companies like JP Morgan saying that they're going to get in a bigger way, Amazon, Walmart. Do you think something fundamental is going to change about the financial system now that that bill has crossed the Senate?
Listen, we set up Galaxy 2017 with the idea that institutions would finally come to the market, and they're here. And it's a really exciting time. We're going to get the stablecoin bill and then hopefully a market structure bill. And it's going to bring in TradeFi into this technology. We're going to see tokenized equities. We're going to see perpetual futures, which is a crypto idea, be brought into the US, both for crypto and for non-crypto. It's a different way of looking at derivatives. And so I think, like what I'm thinking from our firm's perspective is we're going to partner with people, we're going to have white label solutions for people, and we're going to have our own solutions for our customers. That every crypto company is now thinking, how do we go to this next chapter?
The frustration and market FUD is hopefully coming to an end very soon. Time will tell, but time is also running out, so do your own research, or better still, come and much more here in the VIP group, whop.com/coin factory. And as always, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.